finance vice president position.
If you don't mind, I will address you as Sue. Okay. The first question will be for Kaleb this time. What are your thoughts on the readership program not getting funding next year?
Personally, being involved in the Service and Activities Fee Committee, I did vote to remove that program from our school. I believe that is an awfully expensive program that only a small number of people take advantage of. And I believe mostly the staff, the faculty take more advantage of it, and it is our student dollars that are going towards it. The newspapers are all available online, and I feel that we should utilize that free service rather than spending our student dollars, which could go to clubs that really could use the money a lot more than newspapers.
And Sue, same question.
First of all, I feel like it's kind of silly that this program was removed, but on the other hand, we really need to think about the practical things. Like what Kaleb said, that there are not many people involved in that program. So when we evaluate our budget, we have to consider to take that in consideration. If it's not in a degree that support to the ASEW, then or the whole student body, then it's just remove it. And I just feel like if there were more students involved in that program, it would be really good to keep going on that. And I think probably it will be better if we can just do more advertisement before the first time, then there are more people know that program. Because I didn't know that program until very late. So.
Anything to add, Kaleb?
I would just like to add, like Sue said, if there is a lot of student voice that we need to reinstate that program, I would love to do it. But I would like the students to speak up and say that's something that we need. Or I would like to entertain a way to control the cost of it and ensure that only students are using it, because only students should be paid for it. So.
Any final comments? All right, second question goes to Sue first. What is your opinion on the current trend of athletics getting approximately 50% of the services and activities fees?
I personally think that it's not worth it to put so much money on just athletic program or events, because go along with what Jason said, that we want to put our concentration on more educational. I'm not saying that sports is not educational, just more proportionally. Because if we take 50% all on sport, then there's only other 50% on, and not just education, because there are so many other activities. So what's really left for education is not much. So I think we need to take consideration of that too.
And Kaleb, same question?
I would just like to say that the service activities fee, that fee is not for academic reasons. It is for activities, hence the name. And on the service activities fee committee, we only allocate dollars that are justified. The athletics, they do come forward and they justify their costs. They do get a high proportion of their student dollars, but I believe that our athletics, they do bring a sense of student or of school spirit. That's what I'm trying to say. But they bring a lot of school spirit. There's a lot of activities involved. If you look at the amount of money that is allocated versus the amount of students that use it, I believe that the amount of students that go to all of our sports activities versus how much money they get, it's pretty proportional. It is a little higher than some clubs, but it is a huge factor. We are also one of the lowest funded athletics departments in our division, and so it's a lot of money to go towards it, but some could argue that it's not enough as well.
Anything else to add?
Yeah, actually, I should admit that the athletics thing will really enhance our school's reputation. Like when I was in Spokane, I saw all those big posters about the 2010, about the football team. Sorry, and then so just attract more people, more students to come to this school. That's really true. Yeah.
Any final thoughts, Caleb? All right, next question goes to Caleb first. What do you feel are the correct roles between the Finance Committee and the associated students in regards to the budget expenditures and allocation authority? What is the role of the Finance Committee on ASCWU with regards to the allocation and budget expenditure?
Well, it's up to the Finance Committee or the Finance Vice President who chairs the committee to basically take on going through the budgets, going through the mundane process of it, basically to prepare a balanced budget for a council who has other responsibilities and doesn't really have the time to give to creating the budget.
And Sue, same question? Yeah, I'll just change it really quick. Well, same question, but what is the role of the ASCWU's Finance Committee with regards to budget expenditure and allocation?
Okay, I think as Finance Committee needs to first have the overview of what was being requested, and then we also need to really have a view that if, like, refer to what I said before, also have to do some analyze what was the request, the degree of the request support the student body. And then after that, I think we also need to compare if that organization existed before. So we need to compare the previous record to see if they are successful. And then we also need to know if they can have another optional funding channel. And then so just reasonably see that, allocate the fund to them. And to the budgeting, and like what Kaleb said, that every weekly prepare the financial statement and things like that. I think the most important thing is that just to decide, to make the right decision whether to allocate or not. Before that, we really have to do some analysis.
Any final thoughts, Caleb? All right, that is all I have for the Finance Vice Presidents. Do you guys have anything else? All right, well, thank you for our candidates.